It's Tuesday, November 17th, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please give this video a thumbs up and please make sure to subscribe to this channel. I want to get right into it today. Markets across the board down, except for the Russell 2000. It was pretty flat on Wall Street today, but we continue to witness the biggest market melt up, the biggest bubble in world history right before our very eyes. It's taking place right before our very eyes. And I'm here to tell every one of you, this is going to end up in tears for millions and millions of people. Make sure you are not one of these people. But just going through the news today, I'm reading more and more about more and more closures. This economy is about to seize up. We are going to continue to close down more states, more restrictions coming. We're going to close everything down. And apparently we're just going to pay everybody to not work. We're just going to pay people to stay at home. This is not going to do anything to help the economy. It is going to devastate the economy, and it is going to devastate people, especially the middle class. You know, ask yourself, we've been told for months and months, for years now, that this is the greatest economy. I'm not here picking on the president by any means here, but we've been hearing this from politicians, the president. This is the greatest economy, V-shaped recovery, everything's getting better. But why is the government going to have to spend even more money now than it did before if things are getting better? The government is taking in less tax revenue, not more. So if the economy was doing better, if it was booming, why is the government not taking in more tax money? Why is everything closing up? Last Thursday, we got the job numbers. 704,000 people filed unemployment claims. This is not an improving economy. This is not a booming economy. If things are recovering, how come so many people are continuing to lose jobs? We just talk about 704,000 jobs, 750,000 jobs, 855,000 jobs, a million jobs in a week. Losses, like it's absolutely nothing. Think about what 700 or 800,000 people looks like. How many football stadiums, baseball stadiums would that take? It would take, you know, what, 8 Cowboy stadiums to just put all the people in there that lost their jobs just last week. So if everyone goes on vacation and this vacation is paid by the government, who in the world is going to lend to the United States of America? This is why the printing presses are never going to be able to stop, because nobody will lend to the United States of America. The Fed is going to have to create massive amounts of money here to keep this whole Ponzi scheme going. But don't worry, all that printing isn't going to hurt anybody, right? It's not going to hurt the economy. It's not going to hurt your purchasing power. It's not going to hurt your children, your grandkids. It's going to have no effect, right? Very, very wrong. So while we stop producing, while we stop manufacturing, while we stop providing services, China continues to pick up the pace. And I was reading an article here last night on CNBC. Analysts react to the world's largest trade deal that excludes the U.S. China and 14 other Asian Pacific countries just cut a trade deal, and this did not include the United States of America. Asia is the next superpower. China is the next superpower. It's the next empire. And they're not going to need America. They're going to have countries in Asia that they can sell to and distribute to. They're going to be dealing with Russia. They're dealing with their own currencies. They're going to deal with gold. They're going to have their own cryptocurrencies. It's endless what's going on, while America here sits at home, gets a stimulus check or gets a paid vacation while we don't make anything, produce anything, produce no services. But one thing we do produce that I think we can all agree on is debt. And this is going to be the downfall of America, ladies and gentlemen. And you're watching a reset take place in front of your very eyes right now, a wealth transfer, and you better be awake and you better be on the right side of this. States expand mask mandate and other restrictions. So do you think this is going to be good for the economy? I'd love to know your opinion. So with these restrictions coming, and I'm going to go over this a little bit more, with these restrictions coming, with these mandates coming in so many states, is this going to be positive for the U.S. economy or negative for the U.S. economy as we're going to continue to close down more business? But it's okay. Stock market's at all-time highs, so I guess we don't have anything to worry about. California pulls an emergency brake on reopening as U.S. cases cross 11 million. A total of 41 counties coming to you right now from California. A total of 41 counties, or 94% of the California population, has been moved backward. A total of 41 counties have been moved backward to purple, the most restrictive tier. So what's going to close in my state of California and many, many of your states? So many people will write me and go, oh, I live in Florida, everything's great. Well, that's wonderful. I think Florida is an incredible state. I wish I was there, but we're all not in Florida, and we certainly ain't in Kansas anymore. I think there's about 22 states that are going to be bringing in more restrictions, more mandates, and that means that the economy is going to get crushed here. So what's closing? Non-essential offices. Churches, you can only have your church outdoors. Hair salons, retail stores can only operate at 25% capacity. Imagine if you had a store and you could only operate at 25% capacity. Malls, 25% capacity. Museums, zoos, aquariums, outdoor only. Movie theaters, outdoor only. How many movie theaters are outdoors? We have a couple large theaters out here. They look like they're out of Mad Max now. Bushes, weeds, trees just growing out of control in the parking lot. The asphalt's cracking. The windows are broke, smashed. It just looks horrific what's going on. It just looks like time has moved on and these places may not be coming back. Gyms, outdoor only. Hotels, open with modifications. That's probably 25% capacity. Wineries, outdoor only. Bars and breweries completely closed. Non-essential offices, as I said, closed. Schools closed. Theme parks closed. So Disneyland, SeaWorld, Knott's Berry Farm, these things that have such a huge impact on the economy here in Southern California employ thousands and thousands of people, really hundreds of thousands, when you think how everything is interconnected with, the airlines, taxi cabs, Lyft, Uber, restaurants, hotels, you name it. There's literally hundreds of thousands of people who are losing work because of this right here just in California because of the theme parks. And just think about how it's devastating the tax revenue for counties like Orange County or San Diego County where these theme parks are located. Ohio governor sets statewide curfew. Now, what is this going to do to the economy in Ohio? Ohioans will be under a stay-at-home order from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. each night starting this coming Thursday evening. All restaurants will be open but must close by 10 p.m. and the restaurants are takeout only. I feel so sorry for the small and medium business owner here in America. This is just unbelievable what we are witnessing take place. They are locking down the entire economy here. But Walmart is having a record-breaking year, a record-breaking quarter, record-breaking sales. But the Joe Blow, who owns the Italian restaurants or the little burger joint, he's in big trouble. CNBC, U.S. retail sales miss expectations in October. Well, isn't that just amazing? When the fiscal stimulus dries up, people aren't out there buying big screen TVs. They're not buying new phones. They're not buying new computers. They're just not out there spending as much. They're at Walmart buying the essentials, but they're not out buying bigger ticket items when the stimulus is not coming. When those checks are not arriving in the mailbox, people are tightening up. When they're broke, when they've lost jobs, when they see massive uncertainty, when there is no stimulus, there is no way people can go out and spend. And I believe this is going to be a bloodbath coming this holiday season. The retail sales numbers that we're going to see are going to be absolutely nuts. I think it's going to be a horrible, horrible season for shopping and retail. We'll see how it turns out. But before I forget, I want to tell all of you a quick story. I had to replace a cell phone about 5 days ago. And I've had my Android for about 5 years. It was finally going out, had to replace it. And I go in to the phone store to replace it. I could not believe the price of these phones. Back in the day when you were eligible, they would sign you up for 2 years and basically give you one of these phones for literally nothing. Now they're $1,200, $1,500 plus tax. And I'm just sitting there going, how in the world does anybody afford, a $12 or $1,500 phone plus the service? And what they do, and most of you probably already know, I mean, I haven't had to buy a phone in 5 years, but what they do is they just throw it in the monthly. So they know that most people are not going to be able to afford a $12 or $1,500 phone. So they break it down in the monthly payment. And it is just absolutely insanity with people, with what they spend for a phone when they don't even have any money. But they will take a stimulus check, not saying everybody, but many of these people took stimulus checks. They went out and bought a new computer, they bought a new phone, they bought a new big screen, they bought some new Nikes. This is the mentality of most of the people in this country now. Nobody saves, nobody puts anything away. They don't even look at how much anything costs. They just look at the monthly. So it was just really an eye-opener to see what we're seeing in the auto industry, where people, don't even look at the price of a new car. They just look at the monthly. Can I make the monthly? Okay, I can do it. Can I make the monthly on that phone? Yeah, I can do it. Okay. So this is I guess, the new world. U.S. industrial production continues to lag. Industrial production rebounded in October 1.1% month over month, but it's down 5.34% year over year. So another bellwether to the economy. The hedge today, home builder sentiment soars to another record high. But there's just one problem to this article. As home builder sentiment soars, home buyer sentiment has rolled over. And we must all remember, the only bubble bigger than the stock market bubble is the housing bubble. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, big sales are coming to America. CNBC, Fiat Chrysler's and GM's third quarter auto sales have fallen from last year. Very interesting here. Somebody wrote me the other day and told me how great auto sales were doing, and according to this article, they're not. Industry forecasters expect domestic U.S. auto sales to be down 11 to 13% from the third quarter of 2019. That's huge. In the last 4 weeks, I did a video, a week or two ago. In the last 4 weeks, the used automobile sector, used cars, sales and prices have slipped over the last 4 weeks. Again, this is what happens when the stimulus checks don't show up. People don't have the money to go out and buy a used car. They don't have the money to go out and start financing a car for 7 or 8 years, brand new car. People don't even, remember, they don't even look at the price. How many people out there can afford an $80,000 pickup truck or a $100,000 pickup truck? Most people in America cannot. They just look at the payment. Can I make the payment? This is an article that's been going all around the internet, a lot of videos on it. I want to share it with you. This happened on Saturday. At Thanksgiving like no other, thousands of desperate Texans wait in line at drive-through food bank in hope of getting one of the 7,000 frozen turkeys ahead of the holiday. So just get this. And again, these people who write me and tell me everything is great in their state, God bless you. I hope it is. But if we're seeing this in Texas, okay, it can happen anywhere. 6,000 cars, 25,000 people were served by volunteers and staff in Dallas. Let me repeat that to you. 6,000 cars. How many miles would 6,000 cars be? 25,000 people in Dallas. North Texas Food Bank, NTFB, distributed 600,000 pounds of food, 7,280 turkeys. This is a reflection of what is happening right now in our country, right here in the United States of America. It is struggling. No matter what the Dow Jones does, it's going to 30,000. It's going to go beyond 30,000. But we got people in Dallas, 25,000 people, 6,000 cars, 600,000 pounds of food, not in the state of Texas, but in the city of Dallas. But hey, Everything's fine where you live. Everything's fine because the stock market is up. I'm here to tell you, it doesn't matter where you live. This stuff is happening in your states, and it's happening very, very close to your home, whether you know it or not, or whether you want to believe it or not. There isn't a state in the United States of America right now that doesn't have a homeless problem, a food shortage problem, that doesn't have massive debts, unfunded pensions. I mean, these problems are literally in every state in America now, and it's getting worse, and you need to be protecting yourself. People are afraid. 300,000 New Yorkers flee city. This is in the Hedge. More than 500,000 city residents were employed in retail, restaurant, and service sectors, have lost their jobs and cannot afford city rents. What is going to happen to New York City? How will New York pay its bills? How's it going to pay its pensions when everybody is leaving? And what about all the people leaving? What are they going to do as we're watching this economy reclose? The same industries, service sectors, retail, restaurants, all closing, limited capacity, limited hours. What are all these people going to do who've moved out of New York into other states? And now we're watching other states having to close down, bring in more restrictions, more mandates. And this economy is going to seize up even more. Look, this economy is dying. It's in massive trouble. It's literally had a double cardiac arrest. It's laying flat out on the table, and they're going to take the tubes out of the patient here yet again. It's going to be another nail in the coffin. Many, many thousands of more businesses are going to be devastated here. The debts and deficits are going to become even larger. The bubbles get bigger. The bailouts are going to need to be bigger. Your purchasing power won't be bigger. It's going to be a lot less. I'm going to leave it there today. So much happening in this economy, so much happening right here to America. Protect yourselves. Make sure that you continue to stockpile all of those preparations, from security to food, water, to assets like precious metals, gold and silver. Ladies and gentlemen, this thing is getting so out of control. We are in waters, uncharted waters that we have never ever been to as a country. And I don't have the answer here. Right now, you have got to look out for you. I'm looking out for me. That's all you can do. Be your own central bank. Take care of you and your family and your network. That's all you can do. This thing is going down faster than the Titanic. It is going to be absolutely devastating what we're about to see happen here in America. It's okay. Dow Jones is up, stock market's up. That's fine. If you think everything's okay, keep doing what you're doing. I truly believe that we are going to see the worst economic collapse, the greatest depression in world history, not just happen here in America, but globally. It's going to be bad, ladies and gentlemen. Prepare.